Notre Dame is coached by Mr.
I wonder
Mark
who's having
Lordy.
issues.
Today's officials: the referee, Colin Whitke. The umpire,
I'm trying to figure out the link.
Line judge,
I'll let it play
Steve
here.
Colby. Linesman, Walt Levy.
Prime events in South Jersey present the Rancocas Valley and the community-minded business of New Jersey. Now,
Good afternoon from of Rancocas Valley High School, and here to Blue Rancocas Valley at home to Notre Dame. Notre Dame comes in at 2 up at 4 down, and of course Rancocas Valley yet to lose. They are 6-0.
Yeah, we got to, I was just down on the field and talking to the teams, and you could tell a really good team when there are 6-0, and I went down there and there's just nothing but critical of themselves. Coach Hausman and their whole staff was just, critical of every single thing they did along the week and trying to, tidy up the things, even that we had mentioned in the weeks past about special teams and doing the little things, the little things away from the ball when you don't have the ball in your hands and stuff like that. And that's what they've been working on all week, because not only has it been 6-0, but they're kind of blowing everybody out too. So they got to kind of, when they get to a team that challenges them a little bit more, they have to make sure those things are all cleaned up.
We're going to be back to take a look at both these teams right after this.
Looking for a certified pre-owned vehicle? Miller Ford has a great selection to complement any lifestyle or budget. Plus, not just any car can be certified pre-owned Ford. Only the best cared for vehicles are chosen and then backed with Ford 3 coverage, a clean Carfax report, and 24-hour roadside assistance. Find an affordable, reliable, and certified Miller Ford today. Miller makes it better. Route 38 Mount Holly and 24/7 at millerford.com.
Back here at Rancocas Valley, Notre Dame comes in, as we mentioned, at 2 up and 4 down, coached by Mark Lordy. And offense, they have a heck of a back. Call him Taz Williams, also has a twin brother, Cole Williams, but Taz is 5'11", 190-pound sophomore, over 1,100 yards, Dave, on the season. And Coach Hausman very concerned with the running ability of Mr. Williams.
Yeah, and rightfully so. I went down to the field and watched those guys run. I just kind of like to see them in real time, right up next to them, and size everybody up, because as if I was going to play in the game. And Taz and Cole, man, the two of those kids can run, and they move really well, protect the ball well. And at a sophomore of 190, that's a big sophomore. They got 2 more years to develop. I mean, you probably put on 10, 15 pounds a year in high school, and they're going to be big kids too. I mean, they're big and can run. So, there's something to be. I would be worried about. I know, getting down on the field and sizing everybody up too. They just, they look like athletes, and you just kind of tell how they move. And I haven't seen much on their film or anything yet, but I know just getting down in person, seeing they're intimidating to watch. So.
Rob Buger is the quarterback. He has the ability to throw and run, and they'll look to step up big with their offense, and they run a hybrid spread that will run in all directions, according to Coach Lordy. On defense, they're a 4-2-5 team, good against the run, which will be tested, of course, against. They'll also go man-to-man and also multiple. He feels they need to block well against that fast, athletic RV defense and execute their assignments. On defense, number one priority is to tackle, not just get there, but get them to the ground. And they want to control the ball on offense, also control the tempo, no turnovers. Defense want to limit the big plays. Sounds like the blueprint that we've heard most coaches give when they talk about RV.
Yeah, and Coach Lordy, before the game, he was saying they just have to execute the little things and just focus on each play by play, and then not to let up any big plays or any selfish mistakes with big 15-yard penalties, which nobody's been able to. Everybody's had big mistakes or turnovers against Rancocas Valley. No one's actually played a very disciplined game yet.
We're going to take a look at Rancocas Valley right after this, and for over 45 years, Alimo Group has provided quality engineering services to public clients throughout New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, and Delaware. Many of these clients have used Alimo Group services for years. The firm has received many engineering and planning awards for municipal and state projects. Alimo Group services are tailored to a client's specific needs. They range from water wells to footbridges and nature paths to new structures and facilities. The Alimo Group can engineer your ideas and help you create just what you need. Phone the Alimo Group at 609-267-8310. Visit them at 200 High Street in Mount Holly. Well, for Rancocas Valley, as we mentioned, they're a perfect 6-0 and on top the Group 5 power rankings, but they also have a game in hand over some other teams who have played one less game. Starts an offense with Iverson Clemente, but a little bit of a different look, I think, here this afternoon, Rancocas Valley, because their foot against Winslow Township last week, and he's not going to play, probably won't play until after they complete their regular season against Camden, but before Burlington Township and before the playoffs. He's going to play in the playoffs, they anticipate, but it's going to have a different look. Iverson Clement going to be out there receiving passes, and Coach Houseman, believe it or not, as well as he runs the football, says he's got the best hands he's ever seen. Yeah, that was, and the entire coaching staff said, forget all the stuff that he can run. Watch him catch the ball. His most natural pass catcher they've ever seen, and they even said on any level. And that's saying a lot from a kid who's still in high school, still 17 years old. And, there's going to be a lot of pressure today, or not a lot of pressure, I guess, but Alan Watson is going to have to catch the ball a lot more today. Normally people have been keying in on him, and that has left, on the opposite side of the ball. I can't even think of his name. Why can't I think of his name right now? Number 10, Danny Condris. I'm sorry. They've been keying in on him so much they left Condris open. Now all the pressure's back on him because people statistically have watched on film that Condris is getting wide open, so they start putting their better defensive back on him. So today you're going to have Alan Watson have to catch a lot more balls today. And also, it doesn't mean when we talk about Iverson Clement being a pass receiver that he has to catch passes by being a wideout. He can also catch passes from his natural position, at least thus far in his career, from the running back position, just getting him out of the backfield, right? And he's thrown the ball a little bit too, so I'd expect to see maybe they won't do it now if they're getting up early, but to see a pitch pass or a screen pass or something like that where he gets to throw the ball a little bit in competition. And of course, Coach Houseman is concerned with the running back. He wants a control. He said that, sometimes during the season he's seen Notre Dame only play 6 in the box, and he was salivating at that thought, with being he has Iverson Clement and some other running backs who are going to see some action today. Keyshawn Harris, who we've seen perform very well for Rancocas Valley, is going to run it a lot more as well. Yeah, so that's that kind of evens that back out. If you leave Condris on the bench now, and you have Clement and Watson at receiver, and you're going to let Harris run the ball. Now, Harris has already got scholarship offers right now as a running back. The only reason why he doesn't have great statistics is because he's playing behind Iverson Clement. So this may actually end up being even a more balanced offense. Notre Dame has won the toss. They've elected to receive and defend the goal to our right, and Rancocas Valley will kick off and defend the goal to our left. Rancocas Valley in their red uniforms with white trim, and Notre Dame in their white uniforms with blue trim. By the way, with a win, the Red Devils can clinch at least a share of the West Jersey Football League's Capital Division here this afternoon. Homecoming. Now the color guard is making their way out to the field, and we're going to have a solo rendition, trumpet-wise, of the national anthem.
Today's national anthem will be played by RV trumpeter Cameron Cologne.
As you can hear the color guard getting in position. And now our national anthem. All right, a trumpet solo. Very well done for the national anthem here from Rancocas Valley. Just about set to kick this one off on a picture-perfect day for football. A little warm, so let me ask you this, Dave. If you've been playing at night or playing in cooler weather, as you have on all levels, and then you come into a day like this, do you have to get a little used to it? Can it take a toll in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, absolutely. You'll see the calf cramps today more than anything because you've been practicing. Think about high school. You're practicing at night. You're practicing under the lights. You're practicing 50-degree weather. Very comfortable to practice in. Come out here, it's 80 degrees again today, and or high 70s. And on the field, you got an extra 10 degrees because of the turf. So I know they went back to the locker room, and I think they got their electrolytes in. They threw some electrolyte pills and dissolved some electrolyte pills in that water, and then they're drinking Gatorade to try to combat some of those cramps they're going to get.
Going to have to see how it plays out.
Sorry, Danny Condris, I couldn't get your name right. I literally swallowed a bee that was in my water, and then I spit it out. So that's why I couldn't get your name right. I couldn't speak at that moment. So I apologize for that.
Nothing to apologize for. I think most people would be just a little shocked. The Bees have come out to play, and of course, we're their playmates here in the press box because of the warm weather, so we just have to put up with that. Cole Williams is back to receive it. Preskavich to kick it. Cole Williams, of course, the brother of Taz. The 4-2 Irish against the 6-0 Red Devils. As we await the whistle from the official, there it is. We are set for the opening kickoff. High, taken by one of the up people at the 15-yard line to the left sideline and then thrown out of bounds right around the 28-yard line. On the return was Pat Jones for the Irish. They'll set up with Rob Bucher at quarterback, Taz Williams a running back along with Cole Williams, wide receiver Kevin Mulligan along with Michael Waylon Conley, and the tight end is Dylan McGee. Splitting out to the left side is Conley. Backs line up in a stack trip. Now shift out of it. The give is to check that. The fake is to Williams, and keeping it himself, the quarterback. Picked up 3 yards, and Coach Houseman did say that Bucher, the quarterback, reminded him a little bit of the Lenape quarterback in what he can do with the ball.
Yeah, he's not a big guy in there, moves it well, and he makes those fakes. He really sells the fakes a lot. I mean, my eyes completely follow Williams there, and then he runs the ball at the middle.
As did I. This time Williams gets the call, slants off right tackle to the 34-yard line, and you could see that he is put together. As you said, just a sophomore, got those big thighs.
Yeah. Remember Ricky Williams, Priest Holmes, some durable legs. They have those right now, and they're sophomores. Usually your ankles are so skinny you can't even put your cleats on at that age, and these guys look like big college players.
Slot formation to the left side, 3rd and 3. Here's Williams again. He's got the first down. Slants to the right side, off right tackle to the 39-yard line. So thus far, not only is he running well, but very good blocking by that offensive line.
Bringing up 1st and 10.
Play it down at the 41-yard line, so Notre Dame with a first down to open up this drive.
First down from the 40.
And their offensive line is going to heavily outweigh the Rancocas Valley defensive line. And I think with their running back, they should do a lot of running right up the middle and just try to push them around a little bit.
And that's what the call is right there, pounding straight up the middle. Getting the call was Ricky Sprugel. He's just a freshman, but minimal gain, just a yard.
For a gain of a yard.
I got a chance to call the Millville game last night. Millville played Bridgeton. And talk about two similar teams. Millville, and they're also in the same division with very similar, very close power points to each other. And they are very similar in the depth of their speed and size of their line.
Leon Jones splits out to the left side. The inside give once again to Spruill, who picks up a couple. Little counter action there.
And although both teams, Millville and Rancocas Valley, are undefeated, Rancocas Valley leads slightly by power points, and the power point system is a really neat, objective way of, they made it really cut and dry of who's in 1st and 2nd and 3rd instead of having go into some kind of a vote. So I like how they do that now. Those rules have changed a couple years ago.
Conley splits out to the right again. Jones to the left side. 3rd down and 7. Bucher keeps it himself to the left side. Nothing there at all. Completely shutting it down was Kyle Sapp.
And I saw them do a fake jet sweep right there. And what you got to do with a jet sweep is run it at full speed, because you have to keep those defensive ends honest to get them to slide out and follow them into the flat. And if you go and run that jet sweep speed, that's what you get.
He's going to kick it from his 27 and back to receive it at his 23-yard line is the dangerous Iverson Clement. I guess you can use the word dangerous every time he's on the field. This one is off the side of his foot, out of bounds in Notre Dame territory. Let's see where they're going to mark it. Somewhere around the 45, 44-yard line. So maybe a 10-yard punt, if that.
To be honest with you, it might be safer than giving the ball to Clement back there anyway, because a lot of times you give it to him, it ends up in the end zone, and you end up returning a kick next.
Well, they officially put it down at the 40-yard line. I think that's where they kicked it from, didn't they? 40-yard line? I think it's a no.
Got it back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that's it. And as we mentioned, Clement lines up to the right side as a receiver. Keyshawn Harris in the backfield, along with, of course, the quarterback, Mangine. He'll throw deep to the left side, intended for Watson. Overshoots Watson at the 10-yard line. Defending on the play was Pat Jones, but he had a step, but would have had been a perfect pass there, Dave.
Yeah, and I talked with Alan Watson before the game. Had a little talk with him, and we talked about, just kind of some wide receiver acumen. We kind of just go back and forth and talking, and a little bit about, playing the game. And I had a nice little talk with him. He's a nice kid.
Here's the give to Harris, looking to sweep the right side. Cuts back to his left. Sheds one tackler, still on his feet. He refuses to go down to the 6-yard line. Picked up 4, but that's about as tough a 4 yards as you're going to see.
With Clement down here split out wide, they have got to throw a safety over top of him right now. This next pass is coming absolutely to Clement right here on a fade route. There's no way it's not coming to him, at least if not on this play, on the next.
3rd and 6. Got an early start, and he's well defended. It was intended for Klemic, but coming up to knock it away is Cole Williams, and now brings up 4th down and a decision for Coach Houseman.
And you can tell the offensive coordinator is up. He's probably sitting right next to us because he saw the same thing. I actually looked over at him like you had to see that. The pass was just hung up there a little bit and give the safety time to come over and help him. If that ball's out earlier, that's a touchdown because that's a matchup nightmare.
So 4th down and 6. And it appears they will be going for it here. From the 36, the snap. Keyshawn Harris with a flip on the reverse to Klemic. Klemic has the 1st down, it appears, depending on the mark. Notre Dame says he didn't make it.
On the reverse.
Let's see. It's right at the sticks, pretty much. Still no indication.
The Red Devils sadly come up short.
And they are short.
Well, Coach Houseman's not saving the trick plays for the playoffs.
Notre Dame 1st and 10 from their own 31.
So getting the ball into the hands of Klemic from his wide receiver position. But coming up just short. And now Notre Dame with their 2nd try with a football.
That's one of the few times you see Rancocas Valley not convert.
In the spread, Bucher takes the snap. Going to keep it himself, up the middle. Continues driving, moving the pile to the 35, 36. And so got kind of lost there among the big people. Couldn't find him, and he just kept driving, picked up 5 on 1st down.
Not a bad gain. And they're doing the fake jet sweep, okay, and they're running about half speed. That thing needs to be run. If you ever watch anybody at the college or pro levels, they fly across, actually, just to keep the defensive ends and the outside linebackers honest, and they can scoot up. Then you can scoot up the middle there, and then you got to hand it to them every now and then, just so they can keep them honest. But they're running a half-speed jet sweep.
2nd and 5 from the 35. Bucher, Williams breaking tackles, ramming over defenders, and picks up what appears to be a 1st down.
Bucher's handoff to Williams results in a 1st down.
Man, that sophomore can push it. I think that it was at Kyle Sapp. He just pushed him right out of the way, and that's a big boy, 6'1", 220 senior, number 54. The defensive coordinator loves him at Rancocas. They rave about him, and he just pushed him right out of the way.
Yeah, tough to bring him down. Williams just one-on-one. He's powerful. Again gets the call. Up the middle, moves the pile, another 5 or 6 yards on 1st down.
Bucher's handoff to Williams, good for another.
So he's getting through there, but there is a marker down. Holding the call against Notre Dame, so this one's going to be coming back.
Against Notre Dame.
You usually don't even have enough time to hold when the ball's coming right up the middle that quick. That's a rare call.
RV elects to take the mileage and push them back.
10-yard walk-off. Ball moved back just inside the 35.
So the Irish start.
1st and 20.
1st and forever.
No score. 6:05 left. Bucher with a snap. Off play action. Fires deep to the right side. A fluttering throw, and this one is knocked away at the last minute.
RV's Danny Myers breaks up.
Myers broke it up.
Yeah, that was they saw the ref was about to pull the flag, but he got a hand on the ball. Now normally he didn't turn enough, I thought, to make a play on the ball while seeing, and he just kind of blinded the receiver there because it was hung up. That was Leon Jones on the receiver was Leon Jones, but I thought they were going to pull the flag on that one, on a face guard.
Big 46-yard line, and one thing about him is he'll take it as if he's going to take it to the outside, Dave, and then he puts the foot on the ground and heads north and south.
Yeah, he's got a low center of gravity. I mean, he's probably, I don't know what they list him here as 5'11". He's either wider than that or he looks shorter than that, but he's a wide kid at 190 as a sophomore. It's a big sophomore. I graduated to 155 pounds, and I'm 190 now.
All right, so 3rd and 7 for the Irish. Bucher with the snap, rolling to his complete.
Be dead on. Having the ability to catch the ball far away from your body gives the quarterback a lot more confidence in the receiver.
And they're going to be going for it here. 4th down from their own 49. The give is to Williams. Williams stacked up after a pickup of a couple. And I think everybody in the stadium, Dave, knew who was getting the football. And obviously Rancocas Valley stopped him.
I wouldn't have taken that gamble. I'd like to see him punt it right there. But if they felt that confident in Williams, then, kudos to them. But they lost that gamble. And that's going to... When you're playing teams that are this explosive, and this is almost a play where it's almost like an interception, they're probably going to take a deep shot on the probably on 1st down right here, and they got some speed everywhere to hit you quick.
So Klemic now lining up in the backfield. Van takes the snap. Going to keep it himself off the fake to Klemic and picks up 6-7 yards on 1st down.
And they have a safety about 15 yards deep. That's number 1, Cole Williams. He's got some speed too. And they're putting him very deep. Now, you have to see, Mangine's going to have to see this or check this at halftime to just take his eyes and look the safety off to one side and then throw deep to the other. And that's how you have somebody wide open in the second half with a single high safety like that. He's probably playing 15, 17 yards back almost.
And you saw there, Klemic picks up the 1st down easily. Cameron Hill also in the ball game, split far out to the right side. 1st down from the 37. Klemic again cuts back to his right, continues inside the 35 to the 32, picked up 5 or 6 on 1st down. So they're going to mix and match with Iverson Klemic. Backfield, wide receiver. Just having to make some adjustments with the absence of Danny Condris. Appears there's going to be a face mask against Notre Dame.
There's a face mask against the Irish. The Red Devils are on the march.
I'm surprised there's not more face mask calls against Klemic, because you just get desperate and try to get him any way you possibly can, even if it's by the face mask. So I'm surprised there's not more face mask penalties against him.
1st down. Ball now at the 28-yard line of Notre Dame. Here's Mangine throwing deep to the left side. It's caught by Watson, but I think that's an obvious offensive interference call as he pushed away the defender, which was Cole Williams, in order to make that reception and give himself some space. Let's see how they call it.
Mangine's pass is good. However,
see it on the replay. Yeah, it's coming back. Yeah, that's offensive. Yeah, he's knocked him right over. I don't even think it was intentionally. Just kind of had his hands up and they ran him over a little bit. If he had kept his hands down, they wouldn't have called it. He was going to fall down anyway.
So they're walking it off outside the 40 to the 43-yard line. They need the 19 inside the 19 here, so 1st down, but a long way to go. Mangine takes the snap and hands to Klemic. Klemic bottled up, but will not go down. Now circles the left end. There's a marker down. Klemic continues driving. Breaks out in the clear. He has blockers in front. He's to the 25, tripped and falls forward to the 21, but there is a marker.
Considerable gain. However, there is a flag on the play.
Call coming up here. Having a discussion amongst the officials.
That was one of the squirreliest runs I've ever seen this year.
Face mask again
Face mask against the
against Notre Dame.
I hate to be wrong, Tony. There's another face mask against him. I'm telling you, if you get anything, any hand on him at all, you got to, even if it is a face mask, I'm surprised there's not more of them. And now that's 2 against him today already.
Ball will be placed down. See where they mark it, just inside the 20. Call it the 19-yard line. First down. So Notre Dame kind of shooting themselves in the foot, although there was a penalty against Rancocas Valley as well. Here's Keyshawn Harris sweeping the left side. He refuses to go down to the 10-yard line. And as Dave has mentioned, he's no slouch. He's an excellent runner in his own right. But when you play behind everything Iverson Klemic, you just don't get the opportunities. He does, although has gotten some this year simply because Rancocas Valley has been blowing people out.
And he made some opportunities for himself in the offseason, putting on the Under Armour shirt and going off to some combines and doing very well, running a 4.4 in his 40-yard dash and getting some offers right from there. So, I mean, they know he's an athlete. It's just you're hiding a little bit behind maybe the best player in the state of New Jersey.
Van Gene set to receive it. Rolls to his right, looking to throw. Tosses to the right side. It's complete to the 5-yard line. Making the reception, was that Watson?
Mangini's pass to Bright.
Bright, pardon me. Bright had an 8, but not the 1. Curtis Bright with the reception.
Well,
Ball is going to be marked at the 1. Sorry, Dave.
No, and Notre Dame's doing a great job of letting these drives happen and take a long time. They haven't scored any big plays, and this is a team that scores, 14 points in the first quarter on average. So,
and Klemic is in untouched. So it took them almost the entire first quarter, but they do score at 125 from the 1-yard line on Klemic.
Yeah, and they're averaging well over 30 points a game right now, and they usually score early and quick, and that's usually very demoralizing. So these guys their game plan. They're doing what their game plan says they're doing. They're just not moving the ball much more on the outsides. They got to move it. Williams is such a strong runner. If they stick with that and try to run the clock down, they could stay in the game here. Oh,
here's Mangine. I'm going to throw, and it's knocked away. Now, I don't know if that was an intentional fake there or if he just got the high snap and decided, you know what, they're not going to get this off, so I'm going to throw it.
I think you're right. It wasn't intentional.
However, the Red Devils
Joel Anaya was the intended receiver, but not good. So 6-0 with 1:25 left. When you're planning improvements to your home, there are many reasons to choose Friant's. Windows, doors, awnings, carpeting, you name it. At Friant's, standing personal service with free estimates, competitive prices, quality products, and professional installation is till 4. Friant's servicing the region since 1896. Believe it. At 21 High Street in Mount Holly. Phone 800-236-4367. So 6-0. Rancocas Valley. They will now be kicking it off, and Cole Williams will be deep to receive it.
Well, they're sticking with their game plan. That's to slow down Rancocas Valley's explosive offense, and they did that so far. I mean, they still got 6 points up, which is a lot better than most other teams have fared with these guys.
Preskavich to kick it away. Big crowd here on the Rancocas Valley side for Homecoming 2017. Preskavich, the kick and a whistle. They may have been offsides on the kick.
Yeah, that was Mark Sykes offsides down here at the bottom. Mighty Mouse. Mighty Might. He's a little bit offsides. Got too excited there.
Trying to get the edge. So Preskavich will kick again, this 35.
A starter on a lot of the high school offenses as well, but they have such depth at running back. He would be a starter on almost any team in South Jersey.
Not big, but
Escovage to
has a lot of speed and quickness.
A lot of heart, too. He hits with the best of them, too.
Prescavage will do it again, this time 5 yards further back. To the left side, Williams takes it at the 15-yard line. Sidesteps the tackle across the 30 and going to be corralled at the 35-yard line. So that gamble by Coach Lordi not paying off for the Irish as they went for it on 4th down from their own 49-yard line. And Rancocas Valley stopped them, got the great field position, and went on to score, of course, aided by a couple of face mask penalties by the Irish.
I think that had a lot to do with their first punt that only went 1 yard or so they decided not to punt again.
So they have the football, down 6-0. Bucher takes the snap, gives off to Williams. He has nowhere to go. He's going to lose 2 or 3. Mangine in there on the tackle.
Yeah, just being here and watching these guys play. They're linebackers. The linebacking crew here is you cannot stretch them. They're too fast. So anything outside the tackles is not going to work. You cannot stretch these linebackers. The only thing that works at all is running right up the middle with a very quick handoff. And then they've gained, small gains here, but you're going to have to do what works for you, and what works well with this team is running straight up the middle.
Nasim Kendrick also involved in the tackle. So 2nd and 11. Bucher rolling to his right, throws on the run. This one's complete. Just shy of the 1st down, making the reception was Conley.
Bucher's pass is good.
Now they're going to give him the 1st down. So rolling him out, throwing on the run, and accurately to Conley for the 1st.
Yeah, being down on the field here earlier, it looked like the size advantage was going to Notre Dame. They were, maybe could be the white color makes them look bigger, I don't know, but they did look a lot bigger and more physical, but not as fast. So they got to push the ball up the middle here.
That's the end of the 1st quarter of play. Rancocas Valley leads it 6-0. If you're looking for a taste of New York and South Jersey, well, look no further. La Vita's Pizzeria in Mount Holly has what you want. Open Monday through Thursday until 10:30, Friday and Saturday until 11:30, and Sundays until 10. La Vita's also delivers. Phone 856-267-8957. Try their all-day specials, like 2 large pizzas for $20.99. Or a large pizza with a dozen wings for $17.99. They have hot and cold sandwiches, baked pasta, stromboli, soups, salads, and so much more. La Vita's Pizza, servicing the RV community for over 30 years. So RV coming out a little flat here today. May have been looking past this team. Of course, they've got Camden, a very tough opponent, coming up next, but they do have the 6-0 lead.
It's hard when you're the heavy favorite sometimes, when you're playing someone that you really should beat, to come out super fired up. I didn't see that pep in everybody's step. And it's a day game. The night games people get a little more excited for, too. So they are a little flat right now. 1st down at their own 46. They give us to Williams, but he is grabbed by the shoulder pads and just flung down. Coming up was Jesse Erdick, and he was there before he could get back to the line of scrimmage. Yeah, Edrick's again, these defensive ends and linebackers are not going to let anything outside the tackle. So, they are fast. They're not big. They're not too big. They're not small. But they're fast, and they're not going to let anything get outside them.
They're active, to put it.
Yes.
They just get involved. So no gain. It was a penalty against Notre Dame for a legal shift, but they declined it. So off the loss of 2 yards, 2nd and 12. The ball at the 43-yard line of Notre Dame, trailing it 6-0. Bucher, the give off left tackle to Williams. Powers forward to the midfield line, picks up 4 of 5. You can see you've got to hit him low. They went down low on him because if not, he's going to run.
Yeah, and small effect defense has been on that, get easily off, very easy.
On out to the right side with a third. Who's in front, finally grabbed from behind and going to be pulled down inside the 20 at the 17-yard line. I do not see a flag on the field, and Mangine showing that he's more than just a quarterback. Of course, we know he's on the football field, that is.
Well, the neat thing about having a quarterback as your safety is he knows what the quarterback's thinking. He sees what the quarterback sees. So he projected that pass. He watched his eyes, and he threw it right there. Mangine stepped right in front of it. He was a quarterback at the safety position right there and just took it from him.
And he has that good 6'2" size you want in your safety, so big play there.
Yeah. Beautiful anticipation by Mangine. I didn't even realize he was on the field right there.
Yeah, they said he's going to play some safety today and came through in a big way right there. Now he's back behind center. Check that. That's right behind center. Gives up the middle for the touchdown. That is again Iverson Clement for an 18-yard score. So Bright in there at quarterback off the interception by Mangine. They might have thought, well, he's winded a little bit. Let's give Bright the opportunity. All he's going to do is hand it off to Clement, and it paid dividends.
Yeah, that's the first turnover of the game. And we talk about turnovers with the plus and minuses. And we've talked about this before, but if you turn the ball over 2 more times than the teammate, the opponent you're playing, you have like a 75% chance of winning, or you would lose at 75%. So that's right here at the end of the or the beginning of the second quarter. They have won. They're now Rancocas Valley's +1 to the -1 of Notre Dame. So the more that these turnovers happen, the harder and harder it is for them to actually win. And you can't really make mistakes against Rancocas Valley.
13-0. Our Highway Tire and Auto Tires and your tire inventory includes favorite brands like Goodyear, Kelly, and Dunlop. You'll get the best replacement tire for your car, light truck, or SUV right now. But there's more. Highway Tire and Auto Service, family owned and operated for over 50 years, also offers specials and oil changes, alignment, and brake service. Highway Tire and Auto Service, 1661 Route 38 in Mount Holly. Phone them 609-267-5300 or visit them online at highwaytires.com. And with Bright at quarterback, he also is a runner. So they may be setting something up for later on where he might fake the handoff to Clement or whomever and then take it himself in place of Mangine, trying to just change things up a little bit.
They want to probably try and move some players in. They really should win this game easily. They should try to start moving some extra players in and taking a little bit of pressure off of the starters right now. If they can get up about 21 points, they should start working guys in early, maybe some younger guys, and seeing what they can do. Just in case, if anything happens, if there's ever an injury or whatever, you know that you got guys underneath the starters that can play.
For Scavage, the kick, deep, booming kick. Bounces at the 5. It's going to be taken by Williams as he picks it up with one hand, and along the left sideline isn't going anywhere, just outside the 10 to the 11-yard line, and deep hole for Notre Dame to claw out of. They're down 13-0 and have a long way to go.
That's Cole Williams, the brother of Taz Williams, and doesn't have the size, but he's got all the quickness that his brother's got. They're twin brothers.
Yeah, I mean, when you take a look at it, the 5'5", and Cole is 180, so 15 pounds.
Yeah, they're built differently, but both lightning quick.
From the 11, Bucher takes the snap, gives to Williams, looking to slant off left tackle, but not much there at all.
Williams good for a short run.
Coming up is Keyshawn Harris to make the stop.
We're going to probably see a couple guys I saw with longer sleeves on at the beginning of the game, and they're they're going to take those sleeves off. We might see some attire changes at halftime because it's really hot down there. It's hot up here in the booth.
Second down, he did pick up 5 yards on first, more than I gave him credit for. Gets the call again. He's boxed in this time and not going to go anywhere. You could see the defenders on that play, Dave. They just had all the gaps occupied. He had nowhere to go. Did pick up 1 yard, so 3rd and 4 for Notre Dame. 9:18 left in this first half of play. The Irish down 13-0.
And having Edric and Sapp there at the line and linebackers, it's two of the better combinations of defensive players I've seen. You have all levels. Edric right there on the line, Sapp, and then you got Klemic right back behind that. That's just pretty solid defense.
Bucher, the long count, takes the snap. Up the middle again to Williams, powering across the 30 to the 32-yard line. And based on where they're marking it, the officials, he's going to be short down by a couple. Well, now the officials standing there, the stick looks to be a little bit further upfield, but maybe I just have a bad angle.
They got to bring the punt team out. And probably short punt and just kick it out of bounds. You should not kick anything to Irish and Klemic.
They're going to measure here. Bring the sticks out. Adams Electrical Contractors, your residential specialists, handling additions, renovations, basements. Adams Electrical can supply and install generators, indoor and outdoor lighting, ceiling fans, smoke detectors, whatever you need. They offer free estimates, have been in business for over 35 years. Adams Electrical Contractors, 139 Pine Street in Mount Holly. Phone 609-267-8715 or visit them online at adamselectrical.com. They are short of the first down, as you can see. So 4th down, they went for it last time at their own 49. The odds are they are not going to go for it here. They trail it 13-0. If they come up short here, if they do go for it, then Rancocas Valley basically has an easy time of it to score again. Let's see what they're going to do here. They're 2-4 on the season, and it does appear they're going to be going for it. Now, they may be trying to draw Rancocas Valley off sides as well.
It's worth a shot. And then, or, the quick kick. Remember the pooch? I mentioned that a couple weeks back.
And here's Bucher. Fumbles the football after the big hit. Had the first down. Let's see how they call it. Are they going to say he fumbled? They are, and it's Rancocas Valley football. So a good call there by Coach Lordi. Everyone expecting Williams to get the football. He stuck it in his gut, kept it himself, but when he got hit, coughed it up, and Rancocas Valley there to scoop it up and fall on it.
Oh, that was a well-executed play. And what happens on plays like that where you're excited, you just got to get the first down and get down. You did your job. You got the first down, usually hit the ground and not try to make a big play. He did get hit in an odd way, kind of spun him in a little bit where he couldn't hang on to the ball. But, yeah, you should just kind of get the first and get down to the ground.
Result of the play.
So Rancocas Valley has the football at the 33-yard line of Notre Dame, leading at 13-0. They give to Harris. Check that. Klemic, pardon me. He's to the 30, inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Picks up 4 on first.
I'm just taking notice of as active as Alan Watson is blocking the defensive backs today. Knowing whenever Iverson gets the ball, he's got to get to second level and try to get somebody because he's going to make it through on most of his runs. You never know where he's going to end up.
Off left tackle, that's where he ended up this time. Inside the 25 to the 21-yard line. Good for another first down.
Is good for the first down. Iverson Klemic on the carry.
I remember being in high school having to block we played a Delaware wing T, and John Stone was our running back, and he was he was the fastest guy in the state of New Jersey. And and I would, no matter where I was, no matter where the ball was going, I had to run up to the safety as fast as I could because I knew he was going to get around the defensive ends.
Keyshawn Harris off right guard, a huge hole, spins inside the 5, and he's inside the 5 down to the 3-yard line. What a hole right there for Keyshawn Harris. I know you could have run through it, but I think I even could have run through that one.
You know, Rancocas Valley has all kind of problems, good problems. They got 3 running backs that can run the ball all day long. They got receivers that can catch the ball. They got 2 quarterbacks that can, they're amazing. And even their quarterback had a big defensive play today. So they got good problems.
First and goal from the 3. Mangine going to keep it himself. Left side to the goal line, and he is in for the touchdown.
Mangine on the keeper, good for the RD touchdown.
So a 4-yard run by Mangine on this design play for the quarterback right there. He just took it and started to his left, got great blocking, and he was in.
Should probably go for 2 here.
19-0 the score. First extra point was unsuccessful. It was a high snap, and Mangine decided to pull it down and toss it. Was unsuccessful, and here they will go for 2. Takes the snap, this Mangine. Rolls to his right, has an idea about throwing it, but just does get inside the right pylon, and it's good.
You just saw how Mangine set that up. That was just veteran quarterback play right there. Ran right at the pylon and kept that corner. There's nothing the corner could do because he still could have thrown the ball over his head to Ivers Clement, and he had to respect that, so he just stuck him in the back corner and walked in.
Just got that leg inside the pylon, and 2-point conversion was good. So it was the Bryce Mangine show on that drive. After, of course, the fumble. Of course, he was in interception, so he's been doing it all here. Parent Chief Chapels has been part of the greater Mount Holly community for more than 180 years. Community service and participation are both part of their heritage. When you have a need of their services, you can call 609-267-0399 or go to their website at parentchief.com or visit their warm and comfortable offices at 438 High Street in Mount Holly. They're there to help honor the memory of your loved ones. Parent Chief Chapels, a proud supporter of the student athletes at Rancocas Valley High School. 21-0 now. Rancocas Valley extends their lead. They just made it look real easy on that drive.
And right here, this is the kickoff team. This team's going to have that many starters out there. He's got there. I saw Edric. I'm on kickoff returns.
Irish have the football now in a big hole down 21-0. Slot formation to the right side. Bucher, the quarterback. The toss, looking to sweep the left side. Jones cut off, looking to reverse his field. Now back the other way. He's not going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Going to lose 4 yards, somewhere in that neighborhood. So a double reverse of his direction. First going left, coming back to the right, and then back to the left, and all that for naught. Ran a long way, but lost 7 yards. See Bright warming up on the sideline. Good sportsmanship right there.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this
They're
time,
still discussing it. Rancocas Valley up 21-0. I think there's, from what I can hear, flags on both teams. Personal foul, face mask. That one's against Rancocas Valley. And personal foul also against the Irish. So they'll offset. Still kind of confused, it appears, out there as to what exactly is going on. And we've seen this in the past where they walk it off against one team and then they walk it off the other way against the other team. And I'm going to have to ask an official one of these days, why do you do that? Why not just leave it there and replay the down?
Talk about going through the motions. There's no point.
Yeah, but they didn't do it this time. I've seen it done, but second down from inside the 15-yard line at the 14 and 17 for the Irish. Rancocas Valley defense on this drive especially has been getting tremendous penetration. Bucher takes it, rolling to his right. Under heat, fires on the run, and this one incomplete. Intending for Mulligan at about the 16-yard line. See, when they're playing golf, and he's playing golf, it's perfect. It's a mulligan. Pardon me for that one.
That's all right. I was waiting for that one. As I read it was the first thought I had when I saw the roster.
Yeah.
But I golfed a couple weekends ago, and I use them quite often.
So now third down at 7. Connor splits far out to the right side. Mulligan is in the slot to the right.
You just beat me to it. That's all, Tony.
All right. I know you're going to get me.
I tried to get you with the Michael Jackson, or no, the Prince quote a couple weeks ago, which you didn't get it.
I didn't catch it. I just, sloughed over it, but I will get him, I promise, in the future. Keep on doing it, though. We like some levity in the broadcast. Premier Barbershop is the place to get your hair cut, by the way. They have experienced barbers at Premier who specialize in the latest styles, fades, temple tapers, mohawks, comb-over designs, and more. Premier Barbershop at 14 High Street in Mount Holly. They're a diversified establishment. If you look good, they look good. Get sharp shop in Mount Holly. And over the years, Third Base Sports and Trophies has grown into one of the leading companies on the East Coast in providing all your trophy and apparel needs. Located on Hollywood Avenue in Cherry Hill, they provide one-stop shopping to their customers with outstanding quality, service, and affordability. Open Monday through Friday, 9 till 5, Saturdays from 9 till noon. Phone 856-665-0114. Remember to stop at Third Base on your way home. So Rancocas Valley already back on the field. 4:51 till halftime. They lead it 21-0 over Notre Dame. Have a difficult task here at 3rd and 17.
And they're starting to sprinkle in a couple second stringers at Rancocas and starting to work those guys in. I'm glad to see. When it means something when you get in the first half. When there's going to be it looks like you're going to have a blowout, that you put them in early, have a little confidence in them, and, it feels good. You mature that way.
Quick pitch out to the left side, intending out there for Jones, but really coming up quickly was Daniel Myers to break that one up. And, we haven't talked that much about Myers, but he's been playing very well for Rancocas Valley.
Yes, he has. He played early. He had a couple earlier games play very well, and he got quieted down a lot, and he's already had a couple big plays today.
So this might be an adventure here as Conley is going to be punting the football, and as we mentioned earlier, let's see if he is in there. It might be a change-up in the punting, and there is. He is going to be Dan
Dargan,
that's right. Number 52 will be punting it. And Iverson Clement back there, so making a switch from Conley, who had his issues. This one a line drive, headed for the left sideline, hadn't done much better. Is another short kick and going to be giving Rancocas Valley tremendous field position. Look at the official continuing to walk inside the 25-yard line at the 24-yard line.
Not much better.
Well, they talk about you have to play all three phases, right? Offense, defense, and you forget about special teams at times. But when you have punting performance as the Irish have, and you just give a team that doesn't need this kind of field position to score. Such tremendous starting position.
Yeah, that's the X factor. You can look at the statistics all day long, and you may need a lot of yards to score touchdowns, but when you're giving them good field position, you don't need a lot, and you can score very quickly. So those are the things that special teams is that X factor.
And Curtis Bright is in at quarterback, along with Iverson Clement in the backfield. Watson split to the left, so Mangine getting spelled here in this second quarter. His team up 21-0. Bright going to keep it himself off the right side. Bright has room. Bright in a foot race to the end zone, and he is in for the touchdown. 24 yards for Bright.
Touchdown for your
That was quick.
Red Devils.
Well, when you have a quarterback who can run it and is a threat to run it, and he's alongside Iverson Clement, makes defending even more difficult. Not that Mangine, we've seen him score a touchdown, but Bright in there. First carry, touchdown, 24 yards.
Yeah, they just have all kind of good problems.
So here's the extra point. Freskavich to attempt. Kick is good.
And the good problems sometimes hurt people's feelings because like I got these great players and I got to put them on the bench. You know what I mean? That's you're going to win a lot of games, but sometimes people's feelings are kind of, you get a little hurt because you're like, why am I sitting the bench? I can start anywhere, and this is a tough place to start here.
So now 28-0. Rancocas Valley getting off to a slow start, but now piling it on. And there's something for everyone at Dempster's Sports Pub in Mount Holly. Early bird specials, Mexican Monday, Saturday breakfast, Thursday. A great menu featuring their scrumptious burgers, nightly entertainment, and a wide array of beverages. But Dempster's Sports Pub was designed for the sports fan. You can watch all the NFL and college football games, plus baseball, basketball, hockey, soccer, you name it. And they have their own teams for shuffleboard, darts, and horseshoes. Dempster's Sports Pub, 437 Pine Street, just off Route 38 in Mount Holly, where friends become family. So now 28-0. Rancocas Valley didn't score in this game until just 1:25 was left in the first quarter, but since then have been scoring quite a bit.
Yeah, they did a good job slowing them down in the first quarter. This is getting a little out of hand now. And then some of the mistakes that happened just on special teams and allowing that to just like having an interception or a turnover.
Freskavich to boot it. Again, a great kick. Going to take Cole back to the 14-yard line along the left sideline. Slips one tackle, and he's run out of bounds across the 30 at the 33-yard line. So decent field position now for the Irish. They've been pinned deep the last couple of series. They have 4:29 to do something with it.
Yeah, and you can see they're taking a lot more pride in this aspect of the game, but he's still got a little bit of return there, and the athletes will. You can't be perfect on everything, but they got to be looking forward now. You got to do everything.
Impresses me, Dave, about the coaching staff. That kind of success after that. They did the same thing against Lenape.
Come step down. You're absolutely right, and they've done it not just this game, but in many games in the past.
Cole Williams picks up a first down on the carry. So back-to-back carries for Cole Williams. Of course, Taz has the big numbers, but Cole can run it as well. Ball marked at the 3 minutes left in the first half. 21-0, Rancocas Valley.
28.
That's right, 28. I don't want to short them any points here. And the give to Taz Williams up the middle, and he is grabbed after a pickup of 1 yard.
Edric straightening up the tie on that one.
An emphatic hit by Edric, who's been very good all season with 6'2", 215 is his size.
Coach Houseman didn't like it. He said, I was just straightening my tie. I was just doing now. He's like, no, don't do that again.
We're going to give him a pickup of 2 yards. 2nd down and 8. Give to his twin brother, that's Taz, for yardage that he is by Rancocas. Ford and Rancocas, the dealership has been part of the 1912. Miller offers full state-of-the-art service at their Ford, Lincoln, and Subaru dealerships side by side on Route 38. Mount Holly Pro Day coming up next May. Check out the details online at onlc.com/Pro Day. 2:03 left till halftime. 28-0.
I think Coach was just. I'm sorry. I think Coach was just giving them a breather right there. They're going to get another stop here at the 2-minute warning, and then probably just use their timeouts to give everybody a rest.
Bucher takes it. The give is to Williams. Off left tackle, fumbles football. It's picked up by Rancocas Valley. That's Joe Anaya. And another turnover by the Irish.
Rancocas Valley recovery.
Tough to win, as you said, Dave, when you turn the ball over a couple of times, something like 75, 85% of the time you're going down.
Joe recovers the ball for Rancocas Valley.
Yeah, they're Rancocas Valley's +3 with 2 terrible punts as well, so it's almost like +5. The chances of winning are very, very slim.
Yeah, I forgot about that interception. So 2 fumbles and an interception. How could I forget about that, right?
And in the interception was almost a touchdown.
By Bryce Mangine. Bright continues at quarterback. Check that. Mangine back in at quarterback, pardon me, but Bright is in the ball game. Mangine sets, fires deep down the right side, and this one is caught. Great catch.
Mangine's pass to Harris is good.
Making the reception was that Harris or Hill?
I think that was Hill.
Yeah, number 26, Hill with the reception.
He's a junior.
Put that one right on the money, and Dave, there was a defender draped all over him, but the perfect pass by Mangine.
As a junior, just another guy you're going to see next year. You know, he's probably going to be the starter for next year, and he's just, trying to work him into the game right now.
Intended for Watson, but a marker incomplete. Pass was short, but there was a marker thrown. Official looking over at the Notre Dame sideline, likely ranked. Legal man downfield is the call.
Call is ineligible man downfield, pushes the Red Devils back.
So the ball is moved back to the 24-yard line, 1st and 15.
1st and 15.
They got a great matchup here at the bottom of the screen. You're going to see Alan Watson with a backup corner.
You can see the size difference just looking at him.
They probably want to run a slant here, there across his face, and run the slant. There he is, on the
Mangine
slant.
Over the middle, intended for Watson.
Mangine's pass intended for Watson.
That was Pat Jones defending. But again, that big size advantage.
Yeah, so he did run the slant, like I said. Now they set the slant right here, and if you wanted to go a slant and go or a corner, these things are wide open. Something to get yourself away from the safety and get yourself locked up with a backup corner who's got a big size advantage. Does Watson.
2nd and 15, 28-0, Rancocas Valley. Clement with the call, off left tackle. Veers to his left, stiff arm, continues inside the 15-yard line to the 13. And Rancocas Valley will now face a 3rd and 5. Likelihood is here 4-down territory, or Perscavage could be called on for the field goal. 3rd and 5.
About 5 to go.
At the 14 of Notre Dame.
Probably going to see tell you what, I've seen huge improvement on Alan Watson today on his blocking. His blocking on downfield has been, maybe he's trying to impress me because I had this talk with him earlier.
Heart to heart, right?
And what an athlete. And you walk up to him and you could kind of just tell, just get a feel, the eye test of what type of an athlete he looks like against a kid that you're against right now. It's an absolute, it's like a man.
Talk about a man amongst boys. There's Anderson Clement with a 4th down carry, and that happens to also be a 4th down touchdown.
Hits to Clement. Good for the touchdown.
Yeah, he's the man.
So now 34-0, and if they are successful on this extra point, that would make it 35-0 and would activate the running clock in the second half. Raskavich to attempt. Snap, the boot, and it is good.
Rancocas kick is good for the extra point.
So now 35
Red Devils up to
nothing. 45 seconds remaining in this second quarter of play. So they've really come on, Dave. Sluggish start, as we mentioned. Looked a little flat coming out, but didn't score till 1:25 left in the first quarter. But they've made up for that in a big way.
And in the second half, we're going to see the running clock start because of the 35-point rule. In high school, the 35-point lead, they start the running clock in the second half, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. So 35-0. And Atlantic Care Urgent Care Centers are located throughout South Jersey, staffed with board-certified providers, registered nurses, and X-ray technicians. They provide care for non-life-threatening emergencies and illnesses 7 days a week, including holidays, without an appointment or long waiting times. X-ray and lab services right on site. If the unexpected happens, it's the urgent care you know you can trust. For a complete list of hours and locations, visit atlanticcare.org/urgent. So Praskavich, who has been busy both kicking off and extra points, will be kicking it away again, and back deep, Cole Williams. Homecoming 2017 here at Rancocas Valley, Coach Bill Gordon Field. This one on a line, taken by one of the up people. They run into each other, and now it's kicked out of bounds. And a penalty marker is there because Sykes was just about ready to pounce on it.
Now, although that was a penalty, you're not allowed to kick the ball out of bounds. It was a smart play because Sykes was about to recover that.
Resulting in a flag on the flag.
So it'll be the Irish with the football. 42 seconds remaining till halftime. Down 35-0. Guess when things go bad, Dave, they go bad. Run into each other on the kickoff. So the officials discussing it, sorry.
This is a call you just rarely see. I haven't seen this call in 20 years, if somebody kicked the field to out of bounds. So I haven't really, I saw it once in high school.
Most of the time you see it, Dave, is when there's a chance of a safety and they kick it out of the end zone to get, a touchdown, they kick it out of the end zone to take the safety rather than the touchdown.
Yeah, it's a rare, play on a mistake like that where the team has gotten their pursuit way down. I've never seen besides a freshman game in 1994. That's when I saw it.
Here's Williams with a big hole. Pounds up the middle and taken down by Mangine, and Williams appears to have taken the worst of it. You got to have a lot of courage if you're Mangine to come up. He's a 6'2", but he's about 160, 65 pounds to take on the 195-pound Williams, who's a bull, and he took him down, and now Williams on the field injured.
Yeah, it didn't look very good. He went low. He hit him real low.
He's rolling over now, 35 in this first half, and while they attend Williams, I want to talk to you about the Limo Group. For over 45 years, the Limo Group has provided quality engineering services to public clients throughout New Jersey and in New York, Pennsylvania, and Delaware. Many of these clients have used the Limo Group services for years. The firm has received many engineering and planning awards for municipal and state projects. Limo Group services are tailored to a client's specific needs. These range from water wells to footbridges and nature paths to new structures and facilities. The Alimo Group can engineer your ideas and help you create just what you need. Phone the Alimo Group at 609-267-8310 or visit them at 200 High Street in Mount Holly. So, defense of Rancocas Valley taking a knee and getting some refreshments while they attend to Williams, and you hope it's not serious. He did take a shot, and you just hope it wasn't a helmet to the knee because those can be devastating.
Yeah, and this is a great show of sportsmanship by Rancocas Valley to take a knee, and they're probably all praying that he's okay. You never want to see it, no matter what. You don't want to see the player on another team injured. You may want to hit him hard, but slow him down. But you don't want anybody to get hurt.
No, obviously. Williams is being helped to his feet, limping off.
And what's neat about that is I didn't see one coach turn around and say, everybody take a knee. They just did it on their own.
Yeah.
These are boys becoming men. They're turning, and that's what this sport is great about. I mean, I've learned so much from the sport of football, and there's so much that you can learn about, caring about other people and dealing with adversity, dealing with other people of other cultures and backgrounds and, different upbringings, and everybody comes together for a common goal. And that's a beautiful thing about football. It's different from any other sport because you physically have to it's not the skill on the ball. You're physically having to move other people out of the way and as a team to push another team around. And it makes it's the closest thing to battle that we have here in the, at home where we're safe from battle. And you get close with your teammates and even the other teams.
Ultimate team sport, as they say. Yep. Bucher takes the snap. Hands off right tackle. On the carry was Spruill, Ricky Spruill. Saw some action from him earlier, and now a player down for Rancocas Valley. And number
That's
79 for the Irish getting up limping as well. And that is Joe Horn for the Irish.
Your Rancocas Valley Red Devils.
And that's the end of the first half. But we'll see who that is and tell you about it. Right now, we're going to take a break for a couple of messages, and then we'll be back with some of the homecoming festivities here from Rancocas Valley.
Update your home with the long-lasting beauty of natural stone at the Hard Yard. Lippin
To you. Visit Miller Supers. Miller.
This field and the here and watch the band. The best in New Jersey.
About some football around the state and house them, but we will bring you
that's the
taking the field. Oh.
Too, they have all the free. They take some pride. Every game has been like this.
Soon as their performance yet, but
the bigger little bit down this year and maybe over the last couple years. I saw Allen last night who's 5-2. The power is far north in that Power 6 conference. We were talking about Del Barton and south. And it's interesting. I think it goes in cycles as well. So
it does. I mean, when you take a look at it, I mean, especially when you look at a team like Toms River North. I mean, they were dominant last year. Lost to Millville in the Group 5 South Jersey Finals, but this year not nearly the same success as they had in the past. But that Group 5. But let's not forget one team in Group 4 in South Jersey, of course, Timber Creek, that has, I think, your Player of the Year in Leary.
That's correct.
Set all sorts of records last year.
I think when you about the Group 5 and the Group 4 teams, you're talking about Toms River North. Some of these teams, they have these classes that come through, and you have a player. I mean, we're watching one today in Iverson, Clement. You have some of these kids that come through, and they're such a dominant player. And you can make a run in these state tournaments on the back of those kids. And once they graduate, it's sometimes tough to keep that level up. You see, like you're saying, in South 4, Burlington Township is a team that I've seen a little bit of this year, and they're struggling right now with Trenton. It was 17-14 at halftime, Burlington Township, and right now coming in, they were the 1 seed with Morristown, Central, Shawnee. I think a lot of those teams, you see some of the Central Jersey teams or the teams from Burlington that are ranked highly, but I think people kind of pick some of the South Jersey teams to be the stronger ones when it gets to the state tournament.
So we're going to try to pick up the band on the field as they start playing. Dave Klemic is down on the field with his microphone. Just want to try to get the beginning of their performance.
Must be a big crowd here today. We got a monster 50-50 of $489.
So let's talk a little bit about the PowerPoints. We were talking about that before the game as well, and they seem pretty fair and pretty reasonable, except with the non-public Group 4 where they have that super conference, and you see a situation where Team Del Barton, I believe it is, that's 0-6 and is, I think, number 4 in the power ratings.
It's great. Non-public 4, and Seton Hall Prep coming in at 2-4 is second in the power rankings. With 120 points coming off the Gridiron New Jersey website. St. Peter's Prep, obviously. That Bergen Catholic, Seton Hall Prep, St. Peter's Prep, Del Barton at 0-6 coming in, but with 96 power points. So that just tells you they're playing massive teams, and every team they play, they're getting seven wins from and 6 wins from. I think the state wanted 6-1 and 7-1 going into the playoffs. And, even if Paramus Catholic at 2-4, I think it changed a couple years ago when Paramus Catholic.
Service with free estimates, competitive prices, quality products, professional installation. Open Tuesday through Friday until 5, Saturdays until 4. Friant, serving the region since 1896, is at 21 High Street in Mount Holly. Phone 800-236-4367. And if you're looking for a taste of New York and South, no further. La Vita's Pizzeria till 10:30, Fridays and Saturdays, 267-8957. Try their all-day specials, like 2 large pizzas for $20.99 or a large pizza with a dozen wings for just $17.99. They have hot and cold sandwiches, baked pasta, stromboli soup, salads, and so much more. La Vita's Pizza, servicing the RV community for over 30 years. Watching the Rancocas Valley outstanding marching band. We are at halftime talking with Sean Miller. And the thing I think that a lot of people can't understand is the NCAA, when they choose their teams for either the football or the basketball tournament, they want you to play a good schedule. Games.
That's right.
That's the thing that makes no sense to a lot of people. But as far as, let's talk about this game. I mean, you've seen the Irish before, and you didn't expect them to be competitive. They are not. And down 35-0. We saw some of Miller in the early going, but Rancocas Valley has kind of shut him down since that first drive.
Yeah, the story I'm going to write today has to do with, Iverson Clement is obviously the face of this program and has been really for 2 years, along with Bryce Mangine and some of the other offensive players. this run this year has come on the back of the Cortez Williamson. He's got 35 late in that stuff to have short. Lamont is obviously than anybody on the running clock and just kind of get out of here and get everybody out of here healthy. Cortez Williams, you don't want to see him getting hurt. Obviously, they're probably not going to make the states, Notre Dame, but you don't want a guy getting hurt in a game like this when it's 35-0.
I know you don't want to jeopardize his career. I mean, he's more in an outstanding left here, but of the teams you've seen this season, give me an idea of some of the teams that have impressed you the most.
This is my, obviously, Rancocas. I've seen Allentown play, the defending Group Central 4 champions. They have a freshman quarterback who's taken over from Jordan Winston, who's out playing baseball at Oklahoma State, and he's been unbelievable. They had a kid run for 302 yards last night, Rashawn Emery, against Steinert. They're the class team of the WJFL in the Mercer County area. The prep school's obviously Hun. Hun's sending kids all over the place, and Todd Smith's built an unbelievable program over there. So, but there's been some good games. Haven't seen too many of these running clock games this year. I usually, for some reason, I've been sent to these games where they've been kind of good games. Oh, the best game I've seen all year is Burlington City, New Egypt, which was 44-38. It was about a 3-hour and 40-minute game. The running back from Burlington City ran for 379 yards. So I've seen some good games this year, which is good for me. So,
all right. Well, we want to thank you very much for spending some time with us at halftime. That's Sean Miller from NJ.com giving us some insights from his perspective on a state look at football in New Jersey. Right now, we're going to take a break for a couple of messages, and then we're going to be back with the second half from Rancocas Valley with the Red Devils up 35-0.
Looking for a certified pre-owned vehicle? Miller Ford has a great selection of pre-owned Ford. Only the come.
Update your home with the long-lasting beauty of natural stone at the hard in Mount Holly. Belgian block engineer stone. We can help whether you're a home and cot supply downtown Mount Holly.
Rancocas Valley, we're going to take you inside of the homecoming
Miss Ashley Clark and Mr. Mason
activities here at halftime. Courtesy of Kevin Higgins, the PA announcer, as you watch homecoming. The homecoming court.
Miss Corinne
Hope you enjoy it.
And Mr. Javian Kendrick. And here are your homecoming king and queen candidates. Miss Madison Bateo, Mr. Iverson Clement, Miss Faith English, and Mr. Nassim Kendrick. It is now my pleasure to announce RV's 2017 Homecoming King and Queen. The 2017 Homecoming King is Nassim Kendrick. '17 Homecoming Queen is Madison Bateo. Let's hear it for our RV Homecoming Court 2017. And now for today's results of the homecoming parade. for the winning banner. In fourth place, the juniors. In third place, the freshman class. In second place, the sophomores. And in first place for the banners, the senior class. Next up in the skit competition, in fourth place, the freshman class. We don't have a third place finisher because there is a tie for second place between the juniors and the seniors. To the sophomores for the winning skit. Next up in the float competition, in fourth place, the junior class. Third place, the freshmen. In second place, the sophomores. And in first place, for the floats, the senior class. Finally, with all totals combined from Spirit Week and today's parade, the final results of the 2017 homecoming competition are: fourth place, the freshmen with a total of 59 points. Second, 81 points. Bringing up the overall winner in first place, the senior class with a total of 92 points. Congratulations to all involved in our 2017 homecoming festivities.
All right. Kevin Higgins giving us the scoop. The PA announcer here at Rancocas Valley. Little class warfare, but they're all part of our Rancocas Valley. But hey, you see Iverson Clement there on the field getting all excited because his class won the overall title.
He was dancing. He's really into
football,
this,
right?
Yeah, it's neat to see the guys that are, they're really into their school and their school spirit. Yeah, way to get to college.
So, the band has performed. You heard the announcements of the winners for Homecoming 2017. And while I have a chance, I want to mention that Highway Tire and Auto Service stocks a wide selection of tires for your vehicles. Their passenger tire inventory includes favorite brands like Goodyear, Kelly, and Dunlop. You'll get the best replacement tire for your car, light truck, or SUV right now. But there is more. Highway Tire and Auto Service, family owned and operated for over 50 years, also offers specials on oil changes, alignment, and brake service. Highway Tire and Auto Service, 1661 Route 38 in Mount Holly. Phone them 609-267-5300 or visit onlinetires.com. At Adams Electrical Contractors are your residential specialists handling additions, renovations, and basements. Adams Electrical can supply and install generators, indoor and outdoor lighting, ceiling fans, smoke detectors, whatever you need. They offer free estimates and have been in business for over 35 years. Adams Electrical Contractors, 139 Pine Street in Mount Holly. Phone 609-267-8715 or visit them online at adamselectrical.com. And Dave, I guess it's a lot easier to enjoy the homecoming festivities when you're ahead 35-0, right?
Yeah, no one leaves. No one walks out of here going like, oh, we got the win. They enjoy that band. That band, one of the best in the state. And to brag, about that, to say, hey, we got the neat environment. I really like coming here to do games.
And I think you also saw in that first half was the versatility and, as you've mentioned, the depth of this team, because you have Danny Condras, who's out there leading receiver. They don't miss a beat. I mean, they put Wright in the quarterback, has a touchdown. Clement plays wide receiver to start the game, then comes back in at running back. And they've got a big interception by Bryce Mangine, who's been playing defensively as well. So, and the defense, as Sean Miller pointed out, really has carried them this year. I mean, you look at their offense, hey, it's great, but the defense has really shut other teams down. And it was evidence, as he mentioned, in that Lenape game where Lenape went down the field first time, scored a touchdown. They didn't score again. Big game.
Yeah, they're human, but they've barely been scored on that much, and they score a ton of points. As you can see, they're already up 35-0. They're almost a complete team right now. They still have some tweaks and stuff like that moving forward, which I think they'll just be working on for the rest of this game. And I see there's some banged up. Kyle Sapp's on the sideline with some ice on the shoulder, and Danny Condress is sitting right there next to him. I think they're gonna start working in some of their second stringers a little bit, and if they do anything, they'll probably put the starters in for one series, and then call it from there. We do have a running clock for the second half. Now that's a 35-point lead. So
we're going to be back with the start of the second half. Rancocas Valley on top 35-0 over Notre Dame. We're going to do that right after these messages.
Pre-loved, pre-approved, and new to you. Visit Miller Subaru in Mount Holly and get a great deal on a factory-certified pre-owned vehicle. Our certified pre-owned vehicles are all backed by Subaru and come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty, special financing, a free Carfax included, and 24-hour roadside assistance. Get all of the luxuries and peace of mind of a new car at an affordable price. Miller makes it better. Miller Subaru, Route 38 Mount Holly, 24/7 at millersubaru.com.
They came around. I just grabbed one of these if you wanted. All right, back here at Rancocas Valley, both teams are now back on the field. Rancocas Valley coming out, leading it 35-0. As we mentioned, it was a slow start for the Red Devils, but they scored on a 1-yard run by Everson Clement with just 1:25 left in the first quarter of play. Then in quarter number 2, 18-yard run by Clement. That made it 13-0. They missed the extra point on that first touchdown. And then it was Mangine with a touchdown throw. That made it 19-0. The extra point was good for the 2-point version. 4-yard run by Bright. Rescavage again with the extra point, 28-0. And then a 13-yard run by Bryce Mangine. 35-0 with the extra point. And that's where we are right here. And Rancocas Valley will also receive the second half kickoff.
Well, I think that Notre Dame should come out, play their game in the second half, pretend like it's 0-0. Like kind of always say, when you're down by that much, just go back to your game plan. They should start working in some sophomores or juniors and stuff like that too. But stay to your game plan. What works for you, because this year one of the best teams in the state, if not the best. You can argue by power points and this and that, but they're one of the best that I've seen. And it's no shame in taking a loss to these guys, but you don't want to be taking a loss with all these mistakes. Couple of neat things on Notre Dame though. They do have a female player, number 2, Sarah Relkowicz, and I thought I saw her about to enter the field a minute ago, and then she walked off. But she's a wide receiver, DB, running back.
Ryan McCabe will kick it away. Low kick taken by one of the up people. 37-yard line to the 41-yard line. Picking up the football was Daniel Myers. So the football at the 40-yard line, and Rancocas Valley set to go to work, leading it 35-0, and you can see the clock continues to run and will run unless the score gets under 35-point advantage.
Interested to see who comes out. Yeah, it looks like they're bringing the starters out for this series, probably this series only.
Slot formation to the right side as you see Clement split far out to the right. That's where he started this game, but then moved into the backfield. Mangine takes the snap. Keyshawn Harris is racked as he gets the handoff, and he's going to lose 4 yards. They were in the backfield quickly there, nowhere to run. Loss of 4 yards. And again, they just want to get this game over with at this point without any further injuries. Of course, next week they have a very tough opponent, Dave, in Camden. Maybe a Group 2 school, but they are an excellent program.
As they almost always are.
Thrown down for
a... He was about blocking all the way downfield.
Jackson Martinez with a stop. For Myers.
Tight end right there. He's playing that tight end position.
First time it's away from it. It's going to be down at the 28-yard line. So the Irish will set up shop at their own 28-yard line. Down 35-0. See if Taz Williams is in there. Didn't look good for him exiting the field without injuries.
Yeah, I saw Kyle Sapp on the sideline. He was sidelined with some kind of shoulder injury, and I'm sure they just want to limit that down as much as they can, try to save as much health as they can for the later season, because they may have a much longer season than most of these teams are playing.
Give off right guard for maybe 3 yards. Ricky Spruill, who's carried the football earlier in this game. In there for Williams, pickup of 2. And Sean Miller was saying that 35 yards all that Williams had in that first half. That's Taz Williams. So they really clamped down on him after that first series.
Yeah, he's not back out right now, right? I think his knee he had taken a shot right to the knee. Sometimes those knee contusions right above your knee, right above there on that femur bone, can be the most painful things. But you'll live through it. It just hurts really bad.
Spur again gets the call, slanting off right 3, 3rd and 6.
Short run for the Irish results in 3rd down, 6 to go.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. They're both games.
The Irish coming in winners of 2 of 6. Facing a 3rd and 6 here from their own 32-yard line.
Now, quarterback Robert Bucher, he's actually committed already to West Point to play baseball.
Here's the snap. Bucher rolling to his right, throws on the run, and this one is incomplete, intending at the 40-yard line.
That was Kevin Mulligan, number 10.
Mulligan just couldn't grab it, and that brings up 4th down.
Those darn baseball players throw everything so low. They always tail down. The ball is going to go down, and that's okay when you're running the slants. You kind of want them up on the sideline a little bit.
Except, of course, for Bryce Mangine. He throws them accurately.
Mangine's got the touch. He has a very nice touch. Rarely does the receiver have to break any stride when Bryce is throwing the ball.
So Conley will boot it from the 16, and back at his 31 is Iverson Clement again. Not a good kick. Out of bounds in Irish territory at the 45-yard line. Often wonder how these officials are able to do that. You know, I don't know who he looks at.
They're doing their best. If you're standing there, it's a little more clear to you, but it's just they're doing their best. They just kind of throw a bag down on the ground and see, it's luck of the draw a little bit. It's not totally.
but they will mark it at the 45-yard line of Notre Dame. Again, the clock just continues to run down to just about 5 minutes left in this third quarter. One series for each team.
Yeah, it just makes the biggest difference. There's so many stoppages in football, and you're spending most of the game in the huddle. You know, the most of the time you're in the huddle. But I think that's what's neat about football is that you always go back. It's strategy. You know, you get to sit there and strategize. And other sports, they're great, but there's not a lot of strategy. This is so much go back in there. We run a fake this way, fake that way, set these two plays up so this one works in the second half. And I love football so much. It's so much strategy. You got to think a lot.
Really? You could have fooled me. You really like the sport? Yeah, I like
sweating up here in the booth on a Saturday.
Yeah, compared to sweating in Kansas City when it's 95 in training camp, right?
Our training camps were in River Falls, Wisconsin, where it was supposed to be colder. Still 100 degrees.
And you see Clement there taking a couple of steps forward before the ball is snapped, so even the superstars make mistakes, right?
The last play I was ever on the field was I played against the Giants, and I went offside, so Coach Vermeil pulled me off the field like, I'd never seen you even make a mistake once in training camp. What happened? I go, I had 50 of my own family and friends here at this game, and I got excited, and I went.
Forgot to look at the ball. Is that it?
Yeah, he pulled me off the field after that play.
Second down and 15. The ball moved back to the 49-yard line of Notre Dame. And now another penalty. Notre Dame is clapping as if it's illegal procedure against Rancocas Valley, and that is going to be the call. Maybe RV losing a little focus and concentration here in the second half.
Yeah, it's hard to. It's hard to, and the heat is driving you nuts. They're probably out here, just wanting to get this game over with. But you still got to focus. You still got to concentrate. Dennis Thomas last night at Millville, he had his team for every time they were penalized. Oh, here we go.
Clement makes the catch over the defender at the 25 and then able to drive forward for a big gainer. Defending on the play was Liam Carroll, but now you see why Coach Hausman said he's got the best hands he's ever seen, and that's what some receivers can do. They can just go up and they just have a great way of positioning them.
Yeah, at the next level, you're not going to get wide open all the time. You won't. The guys are faster, they're bigger, they're better, and you're not always going to be wide open. So you're going to have to make these contested catches, and with hands like that when you're contested and still being able to focus and catch the ball, that's when you have a real good player. And it's obvious that he's a great player, but there's little things like that when your colleges are looking at him going, yeah, that's an offensive player. He's a great athlete. We can move him to defense. We could do this with him. Now he'll be an offensive player, no question about it.
Harris, a loss of 1 on that last carry. Here's Mangine throwing left side, intending for Watson. Kind of behind him was the throw. That's going to bring up 3rd and 11.
That was what you'll call a post corner. And he actually beat his guy so far inside that when he did the corner route, he ran right into him. So it was well covered by the corner because he actually got beat so bad on the slant. So he ran right back into him.
That was Pat Jones defending on the play. 3rd and 11. Mangine with a give to Keyshawn Harris, circling the left side. Makes the turn upfield, angling for the left corner of the end zone, and he is in easily, untouched.
Good for another RV touchdown.
So the big run by Keyshawn Harris, but again, Dave, great blocking there. He was just untouched on the trip.
Yeah, I think these guys are just worn out, and you can see that just the posture, they're defeated right now. I don't know if they expected to be beaten by this much, but yeah, and you never want to go into a game expecting to lose, but given the statistics and the ranks of these two teams, it was evident who was going to win it. And they didn't do, they did a lot in the first quarter that I thought if they could stick with that game plan, they stay in the game. But with mistakes, bad punts, turnovers, there's no way to stick with this team.
42-0, Rancocas Valley. Parent Chief Chapels has been part of the greater Mount Holly community for more than 180 years. Community service and participation are both part of their heritage. When you have a need for their services, you can call 609-267-0399. Go to their website at parentchief.com or visit their warm and comfortable offices at 438 High Street in Mount Holly. They're there to help honor the memory of your loved ones. Parent Chief Chapels, a proud supporter of the student athletes at Rancocas Valley High School. Just 1:26 left in this third quarter, and Rancocas Valley up now 42-0, and I would imagine that you're going to start to see some more substitutes.
Sometimes as a coach, you're sitting there going, I don't want to take my guys out right now. They got, some of them are leading the state in these statistics and this and that. I know they just want to pad up the stats, but really what matters is the wins. They want to get a state championship win, so they're going to have to bench them.
Breskavich again is going to kick off, and I want to talk to you about that in just a minute because it's an interesting question, especially when you're a dominant team. We'll get to that in just a moment. Breskavich to kick it away. Deep is Williams. That's Cole Williams. Kick is a good one. Taken at the...
Notre Dame's
Jones with the return, pushed out of bounds around the 45. But when you're a dominant team, what happens in a lot of cases is that your players only play a half a game. Then you get to the end of the season and you're starting the playoffs, a lot tougher competition. The endurance may not be there to go the whole game. So it's, I guess it's kind of something you've got to deal with as a coach.
Yeah, so after the game, these are things when you go, guys, we only played, a half. We really weren't pushed hard. Let's do some sprints after the game. You know what I mean? Like it comes down to your conditioning and knowing in your off-season conditioning program has a lot to do with, how well quarters and they look a little funny in their uniforms.
He's a sophomore, 5'7", 150 is what he goes. Trips to the right side. See if Cologne's going to put it up. Long count. He's just looking at the official in the back. Not going to put it up. Give is to Moses again. Slants off the left side across the 40. Run out of bounds at the 42-yard line, and that's going to be enough for a first down. That's all they're looking to do, get first downs here.
Give to Anthony Moses.
Moses is a junior, so we'll have him back next year. He's had a couple nice runs, and not the late times of the game. He's had a couple nice runs in early portions of the game.
First down on the 42.
Again, trips to the right side. Cologne just looking at the official who checks his watch, and now he's going to start using his arms to count down the final few seconds. Still hasn't started. One. There he goes. And now the fumble, they just fall on it. I don't know if Mike can focus on the official there standing in the near sideline or at about the 34-yard line. If you watch him, he is the official that is the official timekeeper, and he counts down, I think it's the last 5 seconds. And so that is who Cologne is looking at when he snaps the ball.
It's a not exciting portion of the game when we're looking at the refs.
Yeah.
See what they're doing. Hey, let's look and see what these refs are doing in this play.
Some people may not realize that's exactly what happens.
That's good stuff. It's good information to know. I've learned a lot this year.
Not from me.
Yeah, from you. Yeah, from you.
So here comes the official. He's making his way, puts his arm up. One. You see him starting to count. The give to Moses again. He's to the 38-yard line, possibly the 39, maybe even the 40 is forward progress. And at the ball. The ball's now at the 40-yard line, 3rd and 12. But again, the clock just continuing to move. 3:40 left in the ball game, 42-7.
3rd and 12.
Rayshawn Johnson is in the ball game, senior at 6'2", 155-pounder, number 82. Trips again to the right side. Cologne snaps, rolls right, sets, floats it to the right side, and this is complete, just short of the first down.
And they completed it to him right there, just as you said it.
Now 4th down, and the likelihood is they're going to go for it here, 4th and a yard.
This is good, bringing up 4th.
Also in the ball game,
About 1.
These are other guys that are, even if they're seniors, these guys would have started on most teams. But here in Rancocas Valley, 2nd, 3rd string.
4th and a yard. Just waiting for, again, the official to start doing his thing. Snap, rolling left, Cologne. Plenty of room for the first down. Nobody there. Makes the turn and inside the 45 to the 44-yard line of the Irish. And that ought to do it, Dave, right there.
That should do it.
And
there's one other pretty important game going on today with St. Joe's playing Cedar Creek, and St. Joe's gave it to them. They 33-0 to Cedar Creek.
Yeah, they had what they consider an off year last year, St. Joe's, but they're back.
In off years, having 2 or 3 losses.
Exactly. For them, probably the favorite in Group 2. South Jersey to win. Well, actually, they're a non-public Group 2, so they have a state title, which I never understand because that's against the Constitution.
Right. Yeah, you're right.
But they've been doing it for years, and hopefully someday the publics will have a state champion as well. Not just a South Jersey, Central Jersey, that sort of thing. Here's Moses off the right side. Moses with room. Moses has the first down and a lot more inside the 30-yard line, and he's dumped at the 20.
Yeah, Moses will get some carries next year. He's probably going to be the starter. He's a junior.
For your Red Devils.
5'10", 165. He's going to get some carries next year. 5'8", 165 junior. And he'll be real effective next year. He's got a lot of speed. He's very shifty.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you respect your home field.
Ethan Jackson also in the ball game right now.
There are plenty of garbage cans throughout the
And
state.
he is the new quarterback. So Jackson getting his opportunity to run the show here. Could have taken himself, nothing fancy, up the middle, inside the 20-yard line to the 19. That's going to do it. Rancocas Valley improves to 7-0, knocking off the Irish of Notre Dame in convincing fashion, 42-7. We're going to get back here in just a second, take a break for a couple of messages, and then we're going to go down to the field and talk with a victorious coach, Dan Hausman, and we'll do that right after this.
Looking for a certified pre-owned vehicle? Miller Ford has a great selection to complement any lifestyle or budget. Plus, not just any car can be certified pre-owned Ford. Only the best cared for vehicles are chosen and then backed with Ford factory coverage, a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty, special financing, a clean Carfax report, and 24-hour roadside assistance. Find an affordable, reliable, and certified Miller Ford today. Miller makes it better. Route 38 Mount Holly and 24/7 at millerford.com.
Update your home with the long-lasting beauty of natural stone at the Hard Yard. Lippincott Supply in Mount Holly.
That's why we get paid the big
Belgian
bucks.
block,
You know it,
flagstone, stacking stone, decorative gravel. We also offer
Thanks for thanks for helping us out.
thin veneer stone and
Good
custom
stuff.
cut stone. We can help you plan the job, rent the tools, and deliver it all. Whether you're a homeowner or contractor, the best place to buy natural stone products is at Lippincott Supply, downtown Mount Holly, since 1901.
On the field with Dan Hausman, the victorious coach of Rancocas Valley. Having some technical difficulties here with the reception from Dave. I don't know if you can hear it in the background there, but well, we're going to have to, unfortunately, cannot get the reception from Dave there on the field, so going to have to, unfortunately, cut that off. I don't want to try to listen to it with that distortion and not being able to hear Dave. I don't know exactly what the problem is, but we're having, obviously, some technical difficulties with the interview with Dan Hausman. So we apologize for that, but once again, here from Rancocas Valley on homecoming, they did a great job in knocking off the Irish of Notre Dame to improve to 7-0. The final score was 42-7, Rancocas Valley. So we appreciate the help of PA announcer Kevin Higgins, our halftime guest Sean Miller, of course Mike Wolverton with the video, Dean Mikowski, our producer, and everyone at Prime Events. Final score once again, 42-7, Rancocas Valley knocking off the Irish of Notre Dame. Don't forget, next week coming up, it's a very tough one on the road at Camden. For Dave Klemic, this is Tony Blum. Once again, the final score, Rancocas Valley, in convincing fashion, knocks off the Irish of Notre Dame, 42-7. For Dave, this is Tony. So long for now.